Lynn Family Stadium has always been a house of horrors for Detroit City FC. Despite having a one-goal lead thanks to Matt Sheldon early on in the contest, Lou City would tie it up. Then Jorge Gonzalez feeds Adrian Perez right here to put Lou City up 2-1, and they would not look back, winning the game by a score of 5-1. Today, however, the two teams are on top of the Eastern Conference. Steve and I will break it down next, today on Soccer Night in Detroit.
Don't leave him alone. Don't let him shoot like that.
Can Nate Steinwasser deliver? Of course!
It's an early battle for the top position of the Eastern Conference at Lynn Family Stadium this afternoon as Detroit City takes on Louisville City. Welcome to a busy day of football. I just got done up the road here at Collect watching Celtic dismantle Hearts by a score of 3-0.
That was a big victory.
Yeah, they're coming as they go. I mean, you're getting into the split. The split's going to happen at the end of the month, and Celtic well positioned in the first spot as far as that goes. Hearts, on the other hand, they're borderline right now between between being in the relegation bracket and staying in the championship bracket as far as the Scottish League goes. Yeah. Points they couldn't afford to lose today, that's for damn sure. But nonetheless.
Incidentally, I left today leaving before the end of the St. Pauli Bayern Munich bet match. They won 3-1. Harry Kane scored a goal, and that was all Gio.
Harry Kane. Is he going to win a trophy in his career?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
It'd be a disheartening thing for Tottenham fans here.
Tell me about it. Well, as always, I bring some drinks, and this is one of the special flavors they released last year. Fago Dreaming Orange Cream Soda. And as you probably know,
very nice.
Yeah,
thank
and
you, sir.
Thank you very much. Cheers to Happy Match Day.
Happy Match Day to you. I'm gonna wait to drink mine because I had a couple highlights on the way.
By the way, Fago announced they are releasing two new bubblegum pop called Bubble Pop and Superman ice cream pop, which will be called Super Bob. Once I get there, we'll have a drink.
We'll have a taste of it. My favorite by all means is Firework. I mean, I love it. It reminds me of a Squirt. To be honest, I mean, and they say it tastes like a bomb pop. Squirt tastes like a bomb.
You're right. But the one thing we like to see pop tonight, Detroit City winning at Louisville AFC.
It's been a house of horrors, as I mentioned at the open there. 0-4 down at Lynn Family Stadium, and I'm looking at the history there.
Not good.
The first two times that we played Lou City, the first time we played at Lou City was a 1-1.
That's when
draw they were in the Open Cup.
When we were in NPSL.
Yes, when we were in NPSL. This was back in 2018. It was a 1-1 draw, went to penalties. Lou City ended up moving on in penalties.
And by the way, they count it as draws in the U.S. Open call. Although it went to penalty, it ended in tie, so they count it.
So technically, there's been two draws in there in the whole entire series. They come back. So when you think about this here, well, I'm saying 0-4. It's actually 0-1-4 because we played them 5 times at Lynn Family Stadium.
I know, yeah. And one game which was at high school when we first faced off them when we were looking, we took them to penalty shootouts, literally.
Yep.
Yeah. But like I said, the last two visits, not pretty. 4-0 after the Pittsburgh Miracle in the conference semifinals, and last year at Lynn Family, 5-1. So
and that was after a goal by Matt Sheldon.
I know.
To get things going.
The soccer professor.
In that one. I was down in Louisville for that one.
Yeah, you're right.
That wasn't a pleasant experience. Let's just put it that way because
it was a way full road trip, literally.
And the next thing you know, we end up in Columbus somewhere changing drivers. That was nuts.
Did it actually happen?
Yeah.
Oh my
and then I come,
God.
and then we come home, come back here to the clubhouse.
Yeah.
I'm listening to Family Life Radio, the old WDRQ.
Yeah, I know.
Turned into Family Life Radio.
You'll kill me.
Yeah, I'm listening to religious music as we're pulling into the clubhouse.
Brother. Oh, brother.
Bad day, bad Wednesday, Wednesday in Lou. At least the bourbon's good.
Oh,
at least the bourbon's good.
Yeah,
I can confirm on that. Shout out to the tailgaters, Lou City tailgaters. They provide a great show, and I'm sure a bunch of them are down there. Safe travels to those that have attended to this game today down in Louisville. But like I said, the Lou City tailgaters, they put on a great tailgate. Oh my God, they have a great buffet there.
If I ever leave out my own,
and let's just say they have a bar, literally a bar.
Oh my!
And it's great. It's grandiose.
You know what? I'll experience one day if I ever get out of the house and travel to Louisville City for a road game. You know what I mean? I heard it's a wonderful experience.
It's a great experience. Great stadium there. Obviously,
well,
one of the best. In fact, the best stadium in the USL Championship.
Other than the fans at Louisville City and the team, which they have been loading up in and out forever. Why is it so tough to get 3-point robbery at Lynn Family Stadium? The atmosphere or anything else?
I would say the atmosphere and the fact that they are very steadfast at home, and they defend their home turf very well. Literally, they've defended their home turf very well. The only blemish, however, with playing at for Lou City. In fact, I'm going back to last year. 2 losses to the Eastern Conference champion, Rhode Island.
Yeah, from reading my notes, they're one of 10 teams that, since it opened in 2020, they've been 10 teams that won at Lynn Family Fair, including 5 of them twice. One of them no longer in the USL. You want to guess?
That would be Memphis, I would believe.
Yes, Memphis, RIP. They beat them twice. Also Tulsa twice, Pittsburgh twice, Tampa Bay twice, Rhode Island twice, as you mentioned. Also beating them once at their home turf is Battery FC, Birmingham Legion, El Paso Locomotive, Monterey Bay, Indy 11, and also 2 other teams that are no longer in the USLC other than Memphis.
I can't guess those. I'll let you iterate on those.
St. Louis FC at the opening year.
Which unfortunately
basically
they bowed out, and they're now they have an MLS club down.
Unfortunately, the Soccer had munched their brain and rebirthed them as a MLS team, excuse me. And Sporting Kansas City too. Remember when there was about
15-2 teams in the USL Championship?
I know, and it's been slowly.
Now the two teams are in the 3rd tier MLS Next Pro.
Yeah. I have seen a couple of MLS Next Pro. It's like, but let me tell you.
Speaking of MLS Next Pro, are you watching the Chatham Derby on Wednesday night?
I think so. I'll probably think so. At the U.S. Open Cup, that's going to be something spectacular. And
USL League One side, Chattanooga Red Wolves taking on MLS Next Pro side, former NISA side.
Yeah. Chattanooga FC.
FC at Finley Stadium. That's going to be a doozy.
Oh, that will be a doozy, all right. And you can watch it free over on YouTube, but in round 3.
CBS Paramount got the rights for the next 2 seasons to broadcast U.S. Open Cup matches. Now, they dabbled into this back in 2023 before the whole MLS mix-up and whatnot. So now CBS back in the game. They start broadcasting games in the 3rd round.
Detroit City FC.
Could be a possibility.
All right.
That might end up being Galazzo for depending on who the opponent's going to be.
Who will be the opponent be? Yes. You can't believe it. A year ago, the Soccer Don was playing nobody.
He's still playing games, by the way.
Nobody's going to interest in the U.S. Cup. So we'll play our 8th worst team, then we'll be in the League Cup. Like
load management, schedule congestion, whatever. We're playing 3 cup competitions ourselves right now.
And then tick, hypocrite, they decided to broadcast the final and after the TV fights from the quarterfinal, semifinal, and the championship game. Like, Everybody, give it, yeah.
So what ended up happening was Turner just gave up.
Yeah.
And then they let CBS Sports Galazzo take care of the rest of the ride, which was the 2 semifinal games and the championship game back in 2023. Last year, everything was either on YouTube or Apple TV, Plus, so it was like very much accessible. Didn't matter anyway. 2 MLS teams faced off in the final that year anyways. But so it's nice to see that a national platform like CBS cares enough that, hey, let's give this a whirl. Let's give this some more exposure. And that's what this Open Cup needs.
Yes.
Especially now you got a bigger prize.
$1 million for the
$1 million.
It's not $1 billion.
It's $1 million for the winner. Higher prize pool than the MLS Cup.
You're right.
By the way. So, I mean, it's going to give a little bit more incentive. I think it's going to give a little bit more exposure to a competition that's been around for
100 years,
110 years.
Forgive the 2-year loss because of obvious reasons. Yeah, but
it's going to give a lot. It's going to give a lot more exposure. And I'm not saying it's going to be the FA Cup. Nothing's going to be the FA Cup.
No, you can't copy the FA Cup. The different cups.
If you could copy the FA Cup, you're going to have a lot. You're going to have a lot of you. Got to have a lot more participation from amateur teams, League 2 side, USL League 2 sides, NPSL, League of Clubs, UPSL.
You're right.
You got to have a lot more competition. We'll see how that calendar changes with everything that's going on.
Now, speaking of, let's get back to today's game because both teams are on a roll. Louisville won their first game 2-0 last week. Yep. We almost had victory 3 in the bag until an errant header by Stephen Carroll went in the net.
Both teams coming into this game 7 points apiece,
and top of the table.
Top of the table.
Played 3 games already
in the Eastern Conference. The first game that Louisville played 2-1 victory over the Charleston Battery at Patriots Point. And then they traveled down to Protective Stadium to take on the Birmingham Legion, a game in which they led. And then minutes later ended up dropping points in that 1-1 in that contest. Yeah. So theoretically, I don't know if that's where the point difference, the tiebreaker system in USL is. Why can't they go with goal differential?
They don't go it by goal differential. They have to do it head-to-head. It's so much simpler than head-to-head. We only faced them twice.
Yeah, exactly. It should be that.
It should be that way. Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather go by goal differential. I go by.
USL, we need it by goal differential, not head to head.
Why do I post the FOTMOP standings whenever I do Around the Sea or whatever? I post the FOTMOP standings. I don't post the actual. Because the tiebreakers, nothing really matters though until the playoffs when the top 8 go on in each conference.
And by the way, since this is an early season matchup, could I say it's sort of like the Wolf Stars for this game tonight?
Although there's not that many stars on that club anymore. I mean, you still have Taylor Davila. You still have Philip Goodrum on the squad.
Yeah, Phil Goodrum. Yeah, don't forget Goodman. He's really good.
He's been dry this year.
Oh yes, already.
He's been dry. You still have Damian Laz.
Yes.
People may remember this from last year, and that was the
but going by
MF Match Day posted. I posted on the Faithful page.
Yeah,
the little slip up there by Mr. Laz against one Connor Rutz. Rutz expressway to the goal there.
The reason why
that was the reason why Detroit City ended up beating them at national TV game
on television. I know
national TV game on ESPN2 last year.
But speaking of the War Stars, Darren Smith, he's showing his worth, scoring in 2 straight games, and don't forget for Louisville, Ray Serrano.
Ray Serrano so far this year has been a godsend for Louisville City. Yeah. 3 matches, 2 goals, 7.44 rating on the FOTMOP. And it's just like they're not missing Wilson Harris at all.
No, Wilson Harris who moved on to the Israeli Premier League.
Yep. And Elijah Winder, another one who has moved on to MLS.
Uh-huh.
I believe he's with LA Galaxy.
LA Galaxy, the other LA team.
Yep. So this team has been around for quite a while.
Yeah.
And they are the class of the USL Championship. Great stadium, great facilities, great training facilities,
great fans,
great
treat the visitors really well.
Yep, and a great ownership group who invests in the team and get money back. That way, they're able to bring in players, such as a Brian Ownby, Adrian Perez, which I highlighted in the open there. Well, his goal pretty much got the thing going. Let's just see here. Damian Laz, they were able to get back on loan after a stellar season from last year as the goalkeeper there for that. Sean Tosh, one of the top defenders. Kyle Adams is another good defender there. Arturo Ordonez. Yeah. I mean, the list goes on. And the thing with Louisville is they don't rebuild; they just reload
or reform.
They literally, they reload.
I mentioned this in the beginning of the season. Louisville FC is sort of like the big bad boss in the final game. And you have the hero beating up, and you thought you had to defeat it, and then 30 seconds later, he come back up to life like nothing happened to them. Like nothing happened to Louisville FC. They lose a couple players, they reform, shake it up, said ready for another season of battle.
The thing is with Lou City, you got to beat them early and you got to beat them often. And I grant you last year when we went down there, the early goal by Matt Sheldon.
Yes.
I mean, you had that, but unfortunately, the defense wasn't there to correct.
No.
We did not have David Amu-Mensah.
No.
The big difference is this year, though, for Detroit City.
I know.
Shane Wheat.
Oh yeah.
Shane Wheat has been playing excellent.
Oh, tell me about it.
On the back line, along with Stephen Carroll and all that, and it doesn't. And we don't think about missing Mensah at all. Even though he's been down with injury.
I know. And then Shea Wentz will be a key, considering it's a little bit of a temporary upgrade, or will Lou City pick the?
They've been known. They've been known to and this goes to Danny Cruz, the coach.
The coach.
Danny Cruz is a master of tactics and playing a shall we say, like I said, a solid brand of football, and that's why Lou City has been consistently up at the top of the table every year, going going year after year after year. Always a contender, always a factor when it comes to the top four in the Eastern Conference. And they've won a couple Eastern, they've won a couple championships. They won back-to-back championships prior to the renaming of USL Championship. I think it was like 2018, 2019.
Yeah, it was USL Pro, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, it was. It was. So
the memories.
Yes, the memories of the days before Detroit City became a professional club,
and the day before champion League One, League Two, all that,
and now becoming the great organization.
Speaking of which, we have a roster out there. You mentioned that on meetings because we
the
second successful players we plucked from the now soon to be fading Michigan Stars. And it's a goaltender.
Let me give you some backstory before we go into that.
Okay.
So right now, NISA is pretty much in flux.
Yes.
They
not dead yet.
They announced that they were going to go with a fall schedule, a fall championship schedule or whatever, a fall tournament, kind of like what we had in 2020.
Yeah.
Which we had the short season where we played a few teams. In fact, we were up to like 9 teams back in 2021, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So Oakland Roots was involved, Chattanooga was involved, New York Cosmos was involved, the infamous New Amsterdam Pizza Party FC was involved, pre-Chicago House, by the way. Yeah. But no, they're going to try to do a fall tournament.
They're going to try. The keyword try.
Yeah, they're going to try to do a fall tournament to try to get back their Division III sanctioning and all that fun stuff. So, try to get enough clubs back interested and involved.
Maybe.
Hence the fact that this guy that just came into the fold here for Detroit City FC was pretty much left without playing through the summer.
Yeah, right.
He's been hanging around.
Yeah.
He's been hanging around with the club and practices at the clubhouse, whatnot. Tatenda Makruva.
Ah, yes.
Used to be a thorn on the side to many a Detroit City supporter.
You're right.
Back in the day, in the rivalry that was Sharda versus LaRouge.
It's a long story we don't have all day.
Yeah, to sum it up, I mean, the guy is known to practice the dark arts a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's just say it that way.
Yeah.
And we welcome him with open arms, obviously. Lots of experience with this guy. He's played in the African Cup of Nations. He's had many. He's had some national appearances with the Zimbabwe national team. And, like I said, great goalkeeper. Very athletic goalkeeper as well. And He can stop balls.
Yes,
he's very good. He's a great goaltender. I'm not saying very good. He's a great goaltender. A great acquisition. Will he acclimate to the championship level? That remains to be seen.
That remains to be seen. And you probably know the reason why they bought him is because, like I said, Carlos Sandala, I hope I'm pronouncing it correct.
Carlos Saldana.
Carlos Saldana can't play almost every game. You have,
and then you also have Carlos Herrera as well, another championship experience.
And don't forget, you have the regular season league, and don't forget the Yankee Cup coming up and the U.S. Open Cup upcoming. You know what I mean? So you have to have healthy goaltender
depth.
So who knows?
And the way Danny Deek, and we remember this from last year too, with Nate Steinwasser and Saldana. They would platoon the goalkeepers. Saldana definitely was the cup goalkeeper. We kept him in for those three cup games that we had. The one against the Stars, in which he faced Makruva head on in that one, and then game against Houston, and then loss against Indy 11. So we kept him as the cup goalkeeper then. But after that, they would platoon. If Nate would have a bad stretch, they put Saldana in there, vice versa type deal. So it's a luxury to have three goalkeepers. Louisville has three goalkeepers
instead of the two, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a luxury because you never know if one's going to fall down to injury.
Yeah, you're right.
First off,
don't forget low management. If you had a midweek game, let's say Sandal will take a rest for the Wednesday game, put Carreras or Mukup.
And we're in more competitions now than we've ever been. We got the Jägermeister Cup, obviously that's coming up. Open Cup coming up in a couple weeks. April 15th or 16th over at Keyworth. You got to have that depth going forward as far as that goes. And I think it's a great sign. The thing is, though, what I want to iterate on is the fact that some supporters are not very warming, shall we say.
That's the reaction we got. It's a business decision. We got him from the Stars, but...
Yeah, and the guy was looking for a place to play.
Yeah.
I mean, literally working for the place to play. But we have had that situation many a times with this club. Whether it be Dario Suarez,
who came from Ann Arbor and then played with Tulsa, and we got him via trade.
Via trade.
Or transfer, by the way.
Transfer. Yeah, that's technically a transfer. But the thing was, as far as that goes, we warmed up to Dario Suarez.
Yes.
We warmed up to a player such as Reese Williams. We got him as far as free agent goes. He ended up coming here.
Where did he play before Detroit City? Do you know?
He was with Stumptown.
Stumptown,
Stumptown gave us our only loss in the fall of 2021.
I know, and he
had dominating season.
And by the way, he had become a great defender.
Yes, and one of the top defensive midfielders in USL on this team. I wouldn't say in USL Championship, but definitely on this team.
Did I mention her name, Devin Ampomoto? He also came from the Michigan Stars.
And look at how he's turned out.
I know.
He's become one of the
best.
He's one of the
defenders. Yeah.
He was all-league second team last year.
Yes. First for the city, next to McGarry being on first team.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're right.
So it's like,
and also,
even though they're not city homegrown, and we've cheered against them and
booed against them.
I could even better in the supporter section. We dogged them. Yeah, we literally dogged them. And the next thing you know, they come here, they play for us, we welcome them with open arms. It's it's just the thing, I mean, even though the phrase "one city, always city," you're always a part of us. Even Antoine Hopino. Yes. I mean, they still. I mean, if even Maxi Rodriguez, they're going to dog him.
Gonna be in a couple of weeks when he comes back.
Yeah, they're going to dog him. We understand that.
Yeah.
But you're part of the culture here. You're part of the
history.
Yep. You're going to have a legacy number if you play.
228 players throughout the 14 years have said, I played for City.
Yep.
Literally.
And it's an honor and it's an honor and a privilege to be part of this organization. That's for damn sure.
All right.
Let's do this here. I got the graphic this week.
And let's talk about something big and special is going to happen tonight.
We're going to do that.
Okay.
We're separating the podcast we're separating the programs, by the way.
Right.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's talk about something else here. Let's talk about this. How did I figure that? What is it? Our match day picks.
Okay.
Last week, or last couple of weeks, I had to retract a point from you because you predicted a tie.
Yes.
You predicted a draw. It didn't happen, so it's like drop points right there.
Yeah.
So,
it was a 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
I said 1-1, right?
But last week we both predicted a victory.
Yeah.
And obviously that didn't come to fruition. We both dropped points there.
I know.
So, and I was going to give you a point. So originally it was 6-4. So right now
it's 6-3.
6-3.
Do we need a poll panel it's still technically a tie. Although they both scored that extra goal.
Well, we go by point system here: 3 for a win, 1 for a draw. So
it's still a draw.
Yep, exactly. So let's look into this. I can see with the way Detroit City has been playing, and I mean, sans the set piece against Birmingham Legion. They've been playing very well.
Yeah,
averaging 2 goals a game.
Uh-huh.
We haven't said that for this club in the last 3-4 seasons of USL Championship. I'm liking the flow here with this team.
Mm-hmm.
Will it be enough against Louisville to grab 3 points? In my opinion, I doubt it.
Okay.
I'm going with a draw here. I'm going 1-1. Because Louisville's going to be Louisville.
You're right.
Just plain simple. Louisville's going to be Louisville.
You know, I kind of agree because I'm thinking, yes, the defense have been a lot more better this year. We've been gelling as in the previous year, scoring 2 goals. But honestly, you're in Louisville City, Lynn Family Stadium, the atmosphere, the fire, the fans, the super team of the class of all USA. I'm going to say 2-1 Louisville.
2-1 Louisville?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you got for Detroit City score?
For the goal, I would say Ben Morris, maybe.
I gotta go right in the hot hand here. Darren Smith.
I know.
I gotta go right in Darren Smith. I could give a shout out to probably somebody off the bench like Gonzatti or Jordan Abadayo Smith, but you got to strike them early. I think Darren Smith's going to strike them early, and then it may come to a garbage goal late, and that's why I'm predicting a 1-1 draw. Okay. We finally get. I want and it'll be a feel good because it's finally getting points in Louisville.
Oh,
we haven't had a point in Louisville in the history of this. In the history in USL Championship, to get a point in Louisville would be monumental and very paramount to what Detroit City is trying to get after.
And very good for this healthy young rivalry between Detroit City and Louisville City.
Absolutely.
Detroit City and
you get a draw here, get a win at Keyworth. That's going to make your season, I think.
Oh yes.
So we'll see what happens down the road when they come here. So separating the podcast here, obviously, we're going to do a full preview coming up of that. Be looking forward to that prior to that match, which takes place at 8:30. After hours, of course. Afterwards, we're gonna break down this one, and hopefully, hopefully it's a positive thing down the one way or another.
Okay.
So we'll see what transpires as far as that goes. Congratulations goes out to Danny Evans, by the way.
Oh,
she had her baby.
Oh, They should.
Congratulations to her. I heard that if you listen to the Majors Detroit and their podcast, and I heard that just on Channel 450 on Tunnel Talk.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations to her.
Congratulations, Danny.
And hopefully her pupils will do her well. We'll talk about her pupils coming up as far as that goes. Until we meet for that.
Don't forget.
Until we meet for after hours.
Right. Don't forget the game is on TW50 Detroit in Michigan on CBSDetroit.com and on ESPN if you're outside
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus, excuse me. Sorry.
All right. Until we meet again, folks, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the galaxy.